Game Pass prices are going up, Halloween's right around the corner. I want to share with you some of the best spooky season games you can find on Game Pass to get the most out of your subscription. I'm Crispy and welcome to Crispy Xbox Gaming. Grab some Halloween candy and let's jump into those games. Starting with an indie gem called Dredge. In this game, you're a fisherman who is uncovering dark secrets and encountering Lovecraftian horrors as you fish and complete quests. You fish to earn money to upgrade your boat and help the town. However, don't stay out on the water too late at night or you might be in for some surprises. Next, we have the apocalyptic wastelands of Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. In this game, you take on the role of a stalker, exploring areas filled to the brim with anomalies, mutants, and factions all ready to punish you in this unforgiving environment. This game features multiple endings depending on how you deal with different moral dilemmas and deciding who you can trust and who you might want to turn your back on. The Evil Within has all the feels of the classic survival horror genre of old, such as Resident Evil and Silent Hill. In this game, you navigate a hellish world filled with monstrosities. The Evil Within combines survival and psychological horror in the best ways possible. Will you survive the nightmare Detective Sebastian is stuck in? My Friendly Neighborhood throws you in a Sesame Street-like world. You're a maintenance man for the cable company and arrive at the set of My Friendly Neighborhood. Right from the jump, you could see not all is right in this twisted TV set. It's not too long before you realize the puppets are alive. Solve puzzles, knock out and tape up these possessed puppets, and get the job done. Are you up for the task? With Little Nightmares 3 just around the corner, catch up with Little Nightmares 2. This eerie limbo-inspired game is a beautifully horrific indie title. Avoid traps and grotesque creatures while you solve puzzles and continue your journey through this creepy world. The best part about this game is it only takes about 5.5 hours to complete, which is nice sometimes in a world full of games that take 40 plus hours. Hunt Showdown 1986 is one of my personal favorite games on today's list. There's only one other game on this list that I'd rank higher. Stay tuned until the end for my personal top Halloween game. Hunt Showdown is an online extraction shooter, but unlike most extraction shooters, you're not just facing other people. You also have to fight zombies and other mythological and monstrous creatures. The goal in this game is to load out a hunter and find clues to find one of the bounties. Bounties are hard to kill monsters in specific areas of each map. After you kill it, hold down the fort and collect that bounty, and then try to extract from the map if other creatures or players don't kill you first. I recommend finding 1 or 2 friends to play with, because if your hunter dies, they're gone forever, so it's nice to have backup. Dead Island 2 is an over-the-top zombie game. The combat is where this game really shines though. Smashing zombies with a bat feels heavy and brutal, not to mention the ability to cut off limbs and use the environment to kill zombies in fun and new ways. The weapon upgrade system is a lot of fun to mess around with as well, making it so you can electrify weapons and more. The best part is you could share the carnage with up to 2 friends in co-op. Still Wakes the Deep follows Kaz, who is an electrician on an oil rig. They drill a little too far down and hit something deep in the ocean, awakening it and causing massive damage to the rig. This causes Kaz and others to be trapped out in the middle of the ocean. Not only does he have no way to escape, but he is being hunted by a mysterious monster. This game starts a little slow, but definitely cranks up the suspense the further in you get. What can I say about Resident Evil 2 that probably hasn't been said by a million people since its original version came out in 1998. Resident Evil 2 has had a major overhaul in 2024 with its remake. No more tank controls. This game truly feels like it stepped into the modern era of gaming without losing its survival horror roots and its charm. I know this game would be on the top of a lot of people's lists. This is definitely one of the best games to play this spooky season on GamePass. Ghostwire Tokyo is a gripping action-adventure first-person magic shooter taking place in an otherworldly Tokyo. In this game, you are possessed by a spirit. The protagonist and the spirit end up working as one and are given multiple different magical abilities to take on a variety of ghosts and haunts. The story in this game is pretty good, however the side missions shine so bright in this game, with every side quest having their own story to help other spirits move on. I highly recommend trying this game if you haven't already. If I had to recommend any game this Halloween season, my personal pick would be Dead by Daylight. This is an asymmetric multiplayer game. Before starting a match, you need to decide if you want to be a killer or a survivor. The killer hunts down 4 survivors. The disadvantage the killer has is they're playing in first person, so they can't see through the environment as well as the survivors. Whereas the survivors play in third person and have a better environmental view to avoid the killer as best as possible. The goal of this game depends on which side you're on. If you're the killer, the goal is to catch the survivors and put them on a hook for the entity to take them away. Survivors can be hooked up to 3 times before they are taken. The goal of the survivors, aside from surviving of course, is to get 5 generators running to power up the escape door and get the hell out. They have tools at their disposal to help with escaping, such as a toolbox to help start the generators quicker, or a flashlight to blind the killer for a few seconds. The main reason I feel this gives me the best Halloween vibes is because they have so many IP characters in this game, everyone from Freddy Krueger to Resident Evil characters and everything in between. Not to mention, if we're talking Halloween, the iconic Michael Myers. We also have a new game coming to Game Pass on October 13th. It's a single-player story-based spin-off of Dead by Daylight called The Casting of Frank Stone. This game is made by Supermassive Games, who also made other titles like Until Dawn and The Quarry, so you know they will have a ton of choice and consequence situations. One wrong decision could be life or death for your characters. Supermassive Games always offers good replay value as well, since they always have multiple endings. Personally, I love Supermassive Games, and am looking forward to playing through this creepy title in a few days. What games would you consider to be the best to play this Halloween season? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Till next time, peace!